I know. That hunk of junk was no match for you. Serves you right. Keep suffering. Friend against friend. Beating the heck out of each other.
Oh my god, Teddie, you're wicked. But she with the power of a persona. She was made to fight shadows, but I had no idea what she was capable of. I feel like my mind's been drained more than my body. It angers me to see that the general is watching over us with an expression of joy, as if we were some performers for his amusement. I look up and glare at the
I don't know
monitor.
why you're making us fight, but it's pointless. We aren't fighting because we hate each other. The reason we can fight is because we respect and trust each other.
A low growl. That's the only sound I hear. The real Teddie's never made such a hateful sound. It's actually rather scary.
Stupid! You're such a dumbass! What's with you?
The image on the monitor distorts along with that outburst. The general's having trouble remembering to act as someone else. His face bulges and ripples disturbingly as his hate pours through the screen. Any pretense at copying the adorable stupidity of the real Teddie is gone now. I notice that the voice spitting out these hateful words is not Teddie's either.
Respect? Trust? So what if you don't hate each other? You're not like me! I was forced to fight against my will! I destroyed them with my own hands! You should all have to go through the hell I've suffered! See how it feels to destroy everyone you call a friend!
Doesn't even sound like Shadow Teddie either, for any of you that have played the game or watched the golden animation.
If I knew this was gonna happen, I would have made the rules so you had to kill your opponent to move on!
General on the monitor continues to rage.
What are you talking about? Why did you set this tournament up?
The moment I say that, I feel that all the dots have become connected. When Miss President asked out of the blue if we were going to be forced to kill each other, that ominous muttering of killing one another, were these both something that have come directly from her past? Maybe she had been forced to fight against people she didn't want to fight. Has she been forced to destroy something that was precious to her? There's no way to know for sure, but it's possible. Considering this, kind of explains why her shadow would have created a tournament like this. That is, she wanted us to feel what she went through. It might not be entirely correct, but I feel I'm close to the truth. Should I ask General Teddie about my suspicions? But as I'm considering raising my voice,
Pardon my eccentric entrance.
someone comes crashing through the ceiling. What in the world? I rush over to Igasa to protect her from the falling debris. Oh, Elizabeth. When I look up, I see a young woman emerge from the cloud of dust. While not as strange as Igus, she seems a little uncommon as well. But even beside that, why does she come through the ceiling? This room has doors. It makes no sense at all. I'm about to get to the heart of the matter with General Teddie, but the monitor in this room has been destroyed, along with the ceiling. Though she seems oblivious to my confusion, the girl cocks her head and apologizes again.
Oh, please excuse me. I didn't have the faintest idea that someone would be here.
Faintest?
Fame? Fiend? Something along those lines at any rate.
What the hell is she talking about? Who in the world is this person? Wait a second. That blue suit she's wearing looks familiar. And with that silver hair and golden eyes, could it be...
Are you from the Velvet Room?
Ma, is this what's known as being hit on? Forbidden ritual where one human approaches another based solely on appearance and bets on the inner self being equally attractive.
I mean, is she wrong? Is she wrong though?
What? No, I'm not hitting on you. You just remind me of someone I know.
Okay, that actually sounded like I was hitting on her. No, I need to stop thinking about that. Yeah, bro. Don't go the Joker route. I'm telling you. In any case, I need to ask her
Do you
something.
happen to know anyone by the name of Margaret?
Margaret.
When she repeats her name, her face seems surprisingly youthful. I've been taken aback by her bizarre speech and actions. Could this girl be younger than me? Her profile simultaneously evokes the images of pondering philosopher and an innocent girl. Can't figure out how exactly to speak to her. Should I be more polite? I guess that doesn't matter too much. Anyway, worry about the niceties isn't the most important thing right now.
Actually, we should introduce ourselves first. I'm Yu Narukami.
Oh, that had slipped my mind also. My name is Elizabeth, dear me. To hear that name fraught with memories in such a mundane, remote place.
She thinks of this world as a mundane place? That's confusing. Yasuinaba may be out of the countryside, but I don't think it's as bad as people say it is. Girl Elizabeth suddenly bows elegantly.
Margaret is indeed my sister's name. Can I take that to mean that you are another guest of that room?
I see. So she's Margaret's sister. That explains why she reminds me of her.
Elizabeth-san, huh? Well, I guess that's the case. It's true that there was a time when I visited that room.
Igor, Margaret, now Elizabeth. Seems there are more people who call that place home than I even thought. I think I'm glad I met Margaret last year instead of this girl.
Why is a resident of the Velvet Room here? Did Margaret send you with a message or something?
I am currently utterly neglecting my duties.
Oof.
Is that so?
That doesn't really tell me much, and I have no response anyway. So what possessed her to come blasting in through the ceiling instead of using the door? I decided not to bother asking her that. I've met so many people over last year, but trying to have a conversation with this girl is like trying to ride a wild horse. She's just gonna ignore the direction I'm trying to steer us towards and just veer off wherever she wants. Best just to hold on and go along for the ride then. Alright, for those of you that do know the Persona 3 lore, obviously the reason Elizabeth is here is because, well, I believe it was an FES, and if you've played the answer as well, there comes a point where Elizabeth is dateable, and then there comes a point where she's trying to, like, go beyond. Basically, her journey propels towards trying to get rid of the Great Seal that has Makoto Yuki trapped, which is why he's technically dead in Persona 3 at the end. And she's on this journey to try to find a way to break the seal, either for she herself to become the seal so that he comes back to life or some shit. That's why she's not in the Velvet Room. Maybe if I pay attention, she'll tell me something worth my time. Even if I try to ask her any questions, she'll likely just be confused anyway. As I'm having that thought, the girl seems to have noticed my hesitation and starts to talk about herself. Her eyes are lit up with a sincere passion. She really is a hard one to read.
I have a certain desire. It may take a very long time for it to be realized. In order for my wish to be granted, I require a power much greater than what I have. The power of the wild card that changes bombs into string. I have a feeling that the key lies there.
I know a little about the wild card, but
I feel that the first clue to granting my wish lies within that power.
Sidebar note here. Wouldn't it be crazy if they made Persona 6 and instead of a whole new protagonist, it's her? Just a theory, just a thought. Don't think that'll happen, but would be interesting.
Blue?
Flu? Influenza. Something along those lines at any rate.
She's having trouble coming over with the right words, but I can hear the sincerity in her speech. Probably. In other words, I think she means that the power of the wild card is related to her desire and came here. I don't think it's worth to ask how she knew I had that power, or where she found out about it. Just as I'm struggling to follow the meandering path of her conversation, she brings up an outrageous suggestion.
Might I suggest that you and I fight?
What? Someone please tell me how she reached that conclusion as a good idea. I don't think I have a chance of talking her out of it, but though, of course, I have to try. So I say, we're gonna fight?
Oh, how excited this is making me. My expectations are ascending skyward at Mach speed. To be direct, I'd like for you to show me the potential slumbering within you.
Let me make sure of something, just in case. You understand what I'm saying, right? There's no illusions at work?
Such parlor tricks can get stopped.
I see. So you're actually in your right mind here.
Well, maybe she understood what I meant when I mentioned the illusions. That's so, she must at least have some idea of what's going on around here. And even though she might understand it, she still wants to fight me. I wonder though, if she's unrelated to General Teddie's plans and invited herself in the tournament, do the usual rules apply? As I think about this, Elizabeth's son taps her foot on the ground and takes a fighting posture. She really does want to fight. A huge, leather-bound book in her hand opens, as if by itself. A torrent of power pours from the open book with a blue light. I can't believe this strange girl has that unimaginable power. She seems so aloof. No, maybe more correct to call it an era of imminent violence.
Alright, I won't be able to hold back.
To be honest, I was really only saying that in the hopes of bluffing her. I have absolutely no room to hold back in this fight. I hurriedly cast off my fear and focus on the upcoming battle. There's no room for doubt. I need to hit her with my full strength from the start. If I were to fight her with the intent of killing her, I'll be lucky not to end up dead myself. At least that's how I feel. Elizabeth's son calmly just begins the battle.
Let's do this. Your fate is in the cards.
Ah, crap. Oh boy.
Final. Fight.
Closing it!
Oh damn, she's using Thanatos on me.
Your fate is in the cards.
Oh!
Closing it!
Oh no. Persephone, please don't receive.
Take this! Take this! Take this! Go!
Whew.
We're
Well
gonna
done.
play!
Oh my god.